know about you, but fall is definitely one of my favorite times of year when it comes to fashion. I have so many fond memories of those really thick September issue magazines that used to come out back in the day, pouring over those every fall. And ever since then, I've had such a love for fall fashion. So today I'm so excited because I'm going to be talking all of the fall fashion trends that I have been seeing both in street style and also on the runways. So I want to preface this video by saying you absolutely do not have to wear trends. Definitely don't have to buy anything new. I think you'll find in some of these trends, a lot of them are just trends that have been a trend for quite a while now. So chances are you probably already own quite a few of these trends. You probably have them already in your closet, and it's just a matter of figuring out how to rework certain items so that they just feel more current. I also feel like when it comes to trends, it's really important to look at them and decide what trends are actually going to suit your body and your style and your confidence level. Make sure you watch till the end because I'm going to be talking about some trends that I absolutely will not be wearing this fall 2022 season. Let's get into it. This first section I'm going to be calling trends ongoing because I find that a lot of times when I do these trend videos, sometimes the trends that I see on the runways and when I'm doing my research are a trend that's been a trend for quite some time.
We did that 2 years ago. What else?
And the first one is going to seem so obvious. I feel like this is like the florals for spring equivalent for fall, and that is knitwear.
Groundbreaking.
To call knitwear a trend is quite silly. I have come across that designation on so many different articles and things that I looked at in my research. So I wanted to include it because I think that there is a little bit of a twist on knitwear that we're seeing this fall 2022. What I have seen on the runways are some really interesting statement knitwear. The first one, Emilio Pucci, which is beautiful, like bright colors, these graphic stripes, almost kind of like a poncho. It's so vibrant. A very similar, very statement, like knit type of poncho from Zadig and Voltaire, which was so gorgeous. Knit maxi type of pieces like this cardigan from Zadig and Voltaire as well, and just like almost like floor skimming cardigans, maxi cardigans, definitely something to look out for. This Stella McCartney look, I'm not sure if it's a dress or like a two-piece set, but nonetheless, such a very bold, eye-catching knitwear. And again, a little bit more of a twist to have something that's like a two-piece set or a dress in a knit rather than like your traditional sweater. The thing that had to take the cake for me though was this look from Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs in general, their show was really crazy and over the top. I was all about it, but this is just like a full head-to-toe knit look. Obviously, not practical for the everyday person to wear, but nonetheless so awesome, and I'm just obsessed with this color pink. Say in order to like pull this off in real life, look for a knitwear that just makes a statement, that has some sort of bold graphic print to it, or that is just really oversized and long, like almost to the floor. Maxi cardigans, duster cardigans are definitely a great way that you could easily adopt this trend. The next trend that is ongoing is sheer pieces. And what I love about this trend is that it comes in so many different forms and garments and vibes. You can really incorporate the sheer trend in so many different ways. And if you've watched any of my style hauls before, you know I pick up sheer pieces a lot because I love the versatility of them and the layering potential that sheer pieces have. Obviously, some of the runway pictures you're going to see are worn very high fashion with nothing underneath. That's not practical for everyday life, but you can take these sheer pieces and layer them, wear things underneath, wear things over the top, and create a really visually interesting outfit. This one from Self Portrait I thought was gorgeous for a night out. You can see sort of sexy evening potential of the sheer trend in this look. By contrast, this sort of sheer piece that's worked into this more casual outfit from Miu Miu is also really, really interesting how it just looks kind of sporty, but again, it has those sheer panels worked into it, so you can see a little peekaboo of skin, but it's really not very risque at all, and it just makes the outfit so much more interesting to have that sort of contrast of that sheer gauzy fabric with the, stark white opaque fabric. Another look from Miu Miu. I have definitely seen people wearing sheer with like bodysuits and like bathing suits underneath, and that is definitely a bold choice. So I don't hate it. I think it's definitely not for the faint of heart, but if you got the confidence to rock that look, all power to you. But there's just so many different like sheer pieces. The Givenchy show had quite a bit. The Zuhair Murad also incorporated this like beautiful like sheer with lace. It kind of seems like they have like a nude opaque layer on underneath. And that's honestly a great way that you could also sort of cheat this sheer trend without like revealing too much, is to wear like a skin color opaque layer on underneath, so it still has that sheer look, but you're not really actually revealing anything. Balmain had such a cool, very futuristic show, and I loved this look incorporating this sheer sort of, it almost looks like a button-down piece that she's wearing underneath that, like, it's not a corset, it almost looks like it's a bulletproof vest or something. I don't know, but this would be a really good inspiration pick because I feel like you could find a lot of sheer collared button-up shirts out there, and you can use them to layer underneath sweaters or underneath sweater vests, and you can get that sort of sheer trend again without really ever revealing too much and keeping it very much more conservative if that's your vibe. It just got very dark because I took a little dinner break, but if you're enjoying this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, I just want to do a quick little intro. My name is Jessica. I am a fashion and lifestyle and travel blogger here on YouTube, and I make videos about finding ways to be chic and stylish and live your best life without breaking the bank. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in seeing more of from me, I would absolutely love it if you'd hit that red subscribe button right down below. You can also find me on social media. I am on Instagram and TikTok almost daily, sharing more fun fashion inspo. So of course, I will share all of those social media links down in the description box with you guys. Okay, let's get back to the fall trends. Another continuing fall trend, well, I would say this is kind of a seasonless trend that's been going on, and that's cutouts. So I think right now cutouts tend to be like kind of like slashes. They look like something slashed across, or just like really interesting cutouts. Julia, I forget her last name, but she's in the show. Wow, I am blinking right now. Ozark. She was at the Emmys the other night in a really beautiful dress that had this like cutout in her stomach, which was really interesting, very bold choice. So I think cutouts are still definitely having a moment. On the runways, we saw a really cool cutout look from Valentino. It just kind of looks like there's just like slashes going across the outfit. And I love this because if you didn't see Valentino's show, it's all bright pink like that, which was amazing. I live for that. This look from the Attico kind of has like a similar vibe cut out to the dress that Julia wore on the red carpet the other day. Just really interesting sort of cut out the stomach and then on the side. And just cutouts don't have to be super skin bearing either. They can occur in places in the garment that are, you know, down by your leg. So I would say just looking for pieces that have interesting cutouts. They don't even have to be massive, but just that little bit of detail adds a really cool and current sort of edge to any look. The next trend, for better or for worse, is baggy pants, and then segueing into sort of really more of a focus on like relaxed fit tailoring in general in pants, jeans, trousers, and also in jackets. So starting with jeans, obviously baggy jeans have been having a moment for a while now. I don't really know, I don't love it so much. I will be honest, like it's not like my favorite thing. I do have one pair of baggier jeans that I got just to like kind of stay with the trend, but I really find that I don't reach for them that much. I find, like what I said in the beginning, looking for trends that actually suit you, that look good on you. This is a trend that I just don't always love to wear. I say that I'm like super excited about all these baggy pants, but Marc Jacobs did show some super baggy pants on the runway. Balmain also had some very wide leg trousers. And one thing that you notice, especially in this look, but in a lot of the looks that I saw on the runway, is the tailoring for these wider leg trousers specifically seems to be for like letting it kind of puddle at the bottom. So like just literally not hemming your pants. An interesting choice, but yeah, comment down below and let me know how you feel about this. Again, I think when you wear wide leg or baggy pants, you really have to be very intentional and specific about what you're wearing on top, because otherwise it can start to feel really frumpy and look just not very good. I love this Michael Kors suit set. It was just gorgeous. You can see again, she's got that pooling at the bottom where her feet is. And then this like Burberry oversized blazer I thought was a great example of sort of that relaxed fit tailoring when it comes to a blazer. The boyfriend oversized blazer look is definitely not going anywhere. So if you've already got one of those that you've grabbed from a past recent fall winter season, then you'll still be able to wear that. Another ongoing trend is the corset and bustier trend. This is still going strong. I have definitely been all about this for the last couple years. I think it's really feminine and gives a hint of something like kind of sexy to your outfit. And you see this sort of corset trend all in several different types of ways, from like very literal corsets to just sort of aspects of a corset that are worked into a piece. Like when you see like sort of pieces that look like they have boning built into them, that is another way that you can incorporate this trend that's a little bit more wearable. It makes it feel like you're not quite straight up wearing lingerie out in public. This self-portrait dress is a great example of that. You can see it's kind of got like a bustier sort of look to the top of the dress with like a little bit of like a boning inspired accent. This Cult Gaia dress, same thing. It sort of, those seams in the front make it sort of look like it has boning up the front. You saw like the very literal use of corset tops like this one from Marc Jacobs. I'm very excited because I literally have a top exactly almost just like that. So if you have bought corset tops in the past, they are definitely still going strong. This was a really cool look from Jacquemus. A much more of like a softer corset look. It's not quite so literal, but you can kind of see like it's sort of tight in the bodice. It definitely has that corset look because you can tell in the front it's sort of coming down to a V point. Saw sort of like leather looking bustiers like these two. This one is so cool, and this is kind of bringing me to a different point where I feel like with the wide leg pants that are so popular, one way that I feel like you can juxtapose the just bulkiness of that look is to pair it with a sort of corset top like she's doing here. That sort of offsets just the volume of those pants by wearing something that's extremely fitted to you on top, and it sort of juxtaposes something that's more masculine seeming with something that's ultra feminine. This Brandon Maxwell dress is absolutely stunning, and that's taking the corset trend very, very literally here, but so beautiful. I feel like this look from Versace is definitely very easily recreatable. Like obviously she's wearing a very short skirt, but you could definitely recreate this look very easily for a going out look by having a corset top, a little short skirt, and a big oversized blazer to sort of throw on over the top to give yourself a little bit of coverage, because those two pieces underneath are very skin bearing. So it is good to sort of juxtapose things that are ultra sexy like that with something that's a little bit more oversized and covers more skin, just to balance it all out. Sequins were yet another ongoing trend that I saw all over the runways, and I feel like sequins are something that you just see, especially on fall winter runways, almost all the time, because they're just such a fun texture to have, especially going into the holiday season. Everybody likes to be a little bit sparkly when it's that time of year. But I like to think that like sequins don't have to just be for nighttime. I love putting a sequin piece with stuff that's super casual. I've done this before with like sequin skirts, wearing them with sneakers and a t-shirt, wearing a sequin top with jeans. That way, when you buy these sort of more special pieces, they don't just sit in your closet until you have a special occasion to wear them. I think it's super fun and unexpected to wear sequins at a moment when people aren't expecting you to. If you're not quite ready to go fully into the sequin trend, maybe find yourself a pair of like sequin shoes or like a sequin bag, maybe like a hair accessory that has sequins, just to give like your outfit a little bit of a touch of sparkle, but you don't feel like you're going over the top and crazy sparkly if that's not something you're quite ready to do yet. Last of the ongoing trend section is going to be leather. Leather is yet another sort of trend for fall that's not really ever a trend. People are always going to reach for leather in the fall and winter because it's warm. But I think what we've been seeing the last couple years and seasons is leather being translated into more than just jackets and coats. Leather pants, leather dresses, leather tops, things that you wouldn't expect leather to be. It's everything now. So I love these like big wide leg pants from Louis Vuitton. Great example of a very current pair of leather pants for this year. I know that I have some more slim fitting leather pants from past years, but I'm definitely going to be looking for some more straight leg or maybe a little bit more wide leg styles to sort of update the ones that I currently have. All leather outfits like a leather jacket and leather pants are definitely something to try as well. This look is sort of my inspo from Marc Jacobs, and I would have never thought to wear like leather pants with a leather jacket in the same color. It seemed like a little bit too matrixy for me, but I'm looking at this with the white shoes as the contrast, and I think it looks actually really, really cool. Another look from Marc Jacobs, another all leather look. This in all white leather, but she's got like a skirt, some sort of like leather sleeveless top, and like the matching leather bag and the matching, I'm guessing, leather shoes. So full on all leather outfits are definitely something to try if you are ready to like up your style game to a different level. I loved this more feminine take on the wider leather leg pant. Ooh, that is a tongue twister. Try to say that fast. From Chanel, this kind of like softens it up. The color of the pant is also very interesting and different. It's sort of like a pale yellow paired with like that very pink sweater with all those little brooches on it and the scarf. This dress was super cool. You can see it has those sort of like laser cutouts, this Ellie Saab look. It's got like the leather like thigh-high boots that sort of go up into the dress as well. So again, a full-on leather look. I thought this look from Hermes was stunning with sort of these like leather pleats with the little hints of sheer going on. Leather dress from Chloe, very voluminous sleeves. I love the silhouette of this dress. It's really, really pretty. I think it's all about looking for leather pieces that are maybe unexpected. So a leather top, a leather dress, or like a leather slip dress. Just looking for those garments that you normally wouldn't think would be in leather would be the way to update your wardrobe for this leather trend if you are looking to do that this season. Okay, moving on to sort of like the newer trends specifically for this year. These are things that I feel like are not something that's been repeated for the last couple seasons. The first one is super basic, and I'm just so surprised that I'm even putting this on a trends list, but it's a white tank top. I saw just a plain white tank top on so many different runways this year, starting with Zadig and Voltaire. Like this one, I love this look, and this kind of goes back to what I was saying about sequins, like making it casual. She's wearing a sequin mini skirt with just a white tank top, a shearling jacket, and like some fuzzy boots. Like she looks like she could be going to the grocery store, honestly. Like I would wear that to the grocery store. This look from Chloe is super simple. Again, she's wearing leather pants in a very beautiful like rust color. This is just a simple outfit, like just going back to basics, and like something as simple as a white tank top can be worn so many different ways, and it's a classic. Again, wide leg jeans in this outfit from Bottega with a white tank top. This look from Prada is very like giving me very like 90s vibes, but again, plain white tank top. She's wearing it with a really interesting statement skirt and some heels, so you can dress a white tank top up for a night out. It's such a versatile wardrobe staple, so if you don't have one in your wardrobe, it's such a cheap way to get in on one of like the big trends this fall. And if you maybe already own one, check yours out and see how it looks. I feel like I do have to replace a white tank top from time to time because they can start to look dingy, so might as well grab yourself a fresh, clean white one for the season. The next trend is one that I have seen a lot on more street style, but definitely on the runways as well, and that is color clashing, color blocking. So it used to be that you wouldn't wear pink and red together because people used to always say, oh, those colors clash. Or you wouldn't wear black and blue together because we're like, that doesn't go together, you know? Or like same with like brown and black. But now it's like, I feel like anything goes. And sometimes I feel like the more crazy the color combination that you put together, the more interesting and fun the outfit is. This one from Giambattista Valli obviously is that red and pink combination that now I have to say I'm pretty obsessed with wearing red and pink together. I think it is super fun. I love this look with this like very light blue with a super bright pops of orange in the look. And again, this is a really good example of a very interesting piece of knitwear. And then with these two, like pink and orange is another color combo that I absolutely love. I just love how bold and bright that look is. And then like the blue and the yellow, it's just unexpected. And I think stepping outside the box and putting together some color combos that you might have previously thought didn't go, I mean, try it out. Dip your toe in the water at first with things that kind of might go together a little better with your color blocking, and then just get a little bit more inventive with it and see what happens, you know? It's all about having fun. Another trend I saw a ton of was statement coats and outerwear. And I love this because if you live somewhere cold and you're going out, most likely your coat is going to be really the only thing that most people see because you're probably not going to be taking it off. And so for your coat to be like sort of the thing that stands out, it makes the most sense. Seeing coats run the gamut on the runways. This self-portrait sequin trench was definitely a showstopper. Obsessed with this like leather Cult Gaia coat with this huge like faux fur collar, just like this, the big massive shearling collar on this Jacquemus coat. Loved this like sort of take on a maxi shacket that Chanel put out with sort of the contrasting sleeves, the Lawn Bon like royal blue fur or faux fur. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm hoping it's faux. Coat was stunning. Just like, you know, like sequins. It's anywhere from like sequins and big statement furry collars and cuffs and prints. So many different fun graphic styles and just huge coats. So if you are into a statement coat, then this is your year. I know I have a couple in my closet that I will be definitely rocking. So one trend that I know if you've been doing any research is mini skirts are back in a big way. And I'm talking like micro mini skirts. This is probably not a trend that I will be wearing too much of. I don't really like to wear super mini skirts. I just always feel self-conscious when I'm wearing them, feeling like I'm constantly about to flash someone. So again, this goes back to finding trends that actually work for you and how you feel comfortable. But I think if you are someone who's very confident in their legs, this is definitely something to try. Or, you know, you could dabble in a mini skirt with some tights underneath. This look from Emilio Pucci is a great example. She's wearing this like mini sweater dress with these really crazy, bold graphic tights underneath it. So there are ways to do the mini skirt trend if you want to try it out. Some of the lengths of the mini skirts are a little bit more manageable, like this one from Zadig and Voltaire. I could wear that one, but it's like this one from Balmain, it's really, really, really short. Now on the flip side of that, not only have mini skirts that are on trend, but maxi skirts, dresses, and just like really maxi everything. But I think the important thing to think about in terms of maxi length dresses and skirts for this year is to keep it out of the realm of like boho feeling maxi and midi skirts, you know, the ones that are like super flowy and usually like a tiered style. This season's maxi is more of like a sleek 90s maxi. So just think something a little bit more straight up and down, a little bit more long line, more sleek. So you saw like this one from Victoria Beckham. In a lot of times really cool bold prints like this. This one from Victoria Beckham as well is in leather, which again, big trend. And I love just like the lines that this dress creates. It looks just like liquid ink is just like on her body. This Chloe maxi is super graphic and fun, very different. But again, you can see the silhouette is more body skimming and not super like voluminous boho maxi. Another look that I saw quite a bit of was like sort of a preppy look, but making it have a bit of an edge. And I saw this in a couple different ways. The first sort of iteration I saw of this was sort of like more of like that country club preppy vibe with like the tweed classic blazers and different prints like houndstooth and plaid and things like that. But instead of using or wearing those very classic upper crust, I guess, type of pieces in the typical way, wearing them in a more edgy fashion. So wearing a little crop top underneath, or wearing it with like a little mini skirt and maybe some like thigh-high sheer socks and chunky platform shoes. Like the styling of this is definitely so much different than like how a woman that you would envision wearing that type of tweed jacket would style it. And likewise, this outfit definitely has that sort of country club preppy look to it, but it definitely has an edge. She's got like her hair sort of slicked back with the really fun like edgy sunglasses and hoops and the little bag. So it has just a vibe of more of an edge rather than that classic look of how you would imagine if you saw these pieces hanging on a hanger, how they might be styled, if that makes sense. The entire Miu Miu show was a great example of this whole concept. It incorporated so many like classic preppy elements like polo shirts and pleated pants and all kinds of different things in different ways that were just so much more cool and edgy and just more fresh. I love to see it. I love preppy classic things, and I think this trend is a great time to take those classic pieces that you might have and sort of find ways to add some edge to them, style them a little bit more cool and different, and maybe step out of your comfort zone. The section that I promised I would talk about at the end, the trends that I absolutely cannot stand and I will not be wearing. So the first one is like super over the top distressed everything. This was definitely a trend that a lot of the runways had, and while I don't mind some distressing, I have plenty of holy jeans. Some of them just seemed like it was just, they had run something through like a paper shredder, and I think that there's a fine line between something being kind of cool and distressed. Like I like an unfinished hem here and there, but some of these things, it was too much and it's not for me. Another trend that I did not love was the like full-on cat suits. Now I love me a good jumpsuit or romper, but we are talking like body-hugging cat suit. The only place you're gonna see me wearing something like that is on the slopes. That is where I would absolutely love to have one of those. But in real life, I just don't think this is a practical trend. It's probably for celebrities to wear on red carpets and at events and appearances, but in terms of like real world fashion, I can't see this one catching on. Next trend that I absolutely you will not ever catch me dead participating in is Crocs. I honestly do not understand why Crocs continue to be so popular and why they seemingly are becoming like even more popular than they already were. It doesn't make any sense to me. I can appreciate that like certain people in certain professions prefer Crocs because they're standing on their feet all day and they work in a place where they need to be able to sanitize their shoes. I'm talking like people that work in hospitals and people that work in kitchens. But other than that, I'm like, why? I just don't get it. I get that they're super comfortable, but like, I just don't understand. I've never understood like sacrificing things that look aesthetically pleasing for extreme comfort. Like I guess I'm willing to put up with a bit of discomfort to look good. This is maybe a hot take. I'm sure I'm gonna make some people mad because there's a lot of people out there that like Crocs. The other thing that I also don't get are like the little accessories for your Crocs. Like, Why? Let's just stop with the Croc madness. I've seen, I think, Balenciaga put like heels on Crocs. That is unacceptable. You'll never catch me dead in a pair of Crocs. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it this far, I know this video was a doozy. I hope you enjoyed and you learned some fun new trends to maybe be on the lookout for this coming up season. Comment down below and let me know if there is a fall fashion trend that you have noticed that I did not mention. I would love to chat with you down in the comments. While you're here, you might want to check out this recent fall Walmart try-on haul that I recently put out. I found some seriously chic pieces from Walmart that are so affordable, and they definitely hit on some of the trends that I talked about in this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!